we are going to discuss about our second topic, that is digestive system of life processes. So in our last lecture we have discussed about nutrition in plants. So now we will discuss in this lecture about nutrition in animals. So first of all we will discuss about nutrition in lower organisms like amoeba. So you all know about amoeba. Amoeba is a unicellular structure or a unicellular organism. This is amoeboid cell. So in the cell of amoeba, whenever it is getting food, so it has pseudopodia. So it enlarges its pseudopodia and engulfs the food. Then after some time, this food will enter inside the cell of amoeba through endocytosis or through this cell membrane. Then the formation of food vacuole takes place. The first step was ingestion of food, means food was engulfed by amoeba. Then the digestion will be started. Second is digestion. Then this, after digestion, the nutrients obtained from this engulfed food will be absorbed. Then after absorption of nutrients, those nutrients will utilized, that is known as assimilation. Then after assimilation or after digestion, food will expel out or removed out. So it will be known as egestion. So the removal of undigested food is known as egestion. So in Holozoic mode of nutrition, these 5 steps are there. First ingestion, second digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So these 5 steps are common in all Holozoic organisms. The organisms which are showing Holozoic nutritions will show these 5 stages, either unicellular or multicellular organisms. So this is all about nutrition in amoeba. Now we will move towards nutrition in human beings or digestive system of human beings. So digestive system of human beings consist of alimentary canal. So as you can see the diagram, it has long alimentary canal. So I can divide it into 2 parts. Digestive system of men or digestive system of human comprises of first alimentary canal, and second digestive glands. So the alimentary canal of human digestive system comprises of mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. So it starts from mouth and ends in anus. So it is about 7 to 8 meter long. So first component of alimentary canal is mouth. So the process of digestion begins with the mouth. So mouth is the first part where digestion begins. So mouth has teeth and tongue. So teeth and tongue are the helping hands for the digestion of food. So inside the mouth, some specialized glands are also present, known as salivary glands. So the first gland that is associated with digestive system is salivary gland. So the salivary gland has an enzyme known as salivary amylase, which converts starch into glucose. So this is the first gland which secretes salivary amylase, that is saliva. It secretes saliva which has enzyme known as salivary amylase, which converts starch into glucose. So inside the mouth, digestion process has been started. So this is the first step of digestion. Then second is esophagus. So the function of esophagus is to pass food from mouth to stomach. So the second part is stomach. Inside the mouth, churning or mastication of food takes place. Then inside the stomach, churning of food takes place. So inside the stomach, second gland is present, that is known as gastric glands. So gastric glands secretes HCl plus mucus. HCl plus mucus. HCl is hydrochloric acid and mucus. So this is acid. So acid is very dangerous for our skin and our organs. So to protect the lining of stomach, mucus is secreted here. So the lining of stomach will be protected from the action of HCl, that is acid. So mucus protect the stomach lining from the action of HCl, because HCl is acidic in nature. So HCl and some enzymes are also secreted by gastric glands. So enzyme is pepsin. So pepsin converts proteins. Pepsin converts proteins into peptones. So here, to activate this enzyme, that is pepsin, acidic medium is required. So acidic medium is provided by the HCl. So HCl and mucus are secreted by gastric gland present in the stomach. So here HCl is mixed with the food and churning is started. Then pepsin enzyme comes and starts digesting the proteins into peptones. Then this semi-digested food will pass into this small intestine. So third part is small intestine. So small intestine, with small intestine some other glands are associated. So the associated glands are, first is liver, second is pancreas. So liver and this pancreas secretes their secretions into small intestine via ducts, small ducts known as bile duct. These are the ducts which takes the secretion of liver and pancreas and pour directly into the small intestine. So liver secretes bile juice, pancreas secrete pancreatic juice and some enzymes known as trypsin. So here pepsin required acidic medium to activate, but here trypsin requires basic medium. It requires basic medium to activate. So the basic medium is provided by bile juice. So bile juice is basic. So it is secreted by liver, then after liver it will be passed into the gallbladder where it concentrates, then with the help of bile duct it will be poured into small intestine, which provide basic medium. Then pancreas. So pancreas secretes pancreatic juice as well as some enzymes known as trypsin. So here emulsification of fats takes place. Emulsification of fats. So fats are converted into fatty acids. Fats are converted into small globules known as fatty acid, and this enzyme reacts on this medium. Then after small intestine, so small intestine has some specialized structure known as villi. So suppose this is the wall of intestine. So this intestine has number of infoldings within the membrane. So it has small infoldings known as villi. So these villi are meant for the absorption of nutrients. So from the digested food, nutrients are taken by or absorbed by these villi. So these villi are connected through the capillaries which are connected to other veins and arteries. So these absorb the food and food will be transported through this capillary. So these are the villi which absorbs the nutrients from the small intestine. Then the undigested food will be passed into the large intestine, where in large intestine will absorb the extra water present in the food. Then after that the undigested food will passed on to the rectum, where it will be stored for some time. Then from anus it will be ejected out or expelled out. So it is the digestive system of human beings. So in digestive system of human beings, two parts are there: alimentary canal and glands. So alimentary canal provides the area for digestion, glands provides chemicals or enzymes for digestion. So they secretes chemicals and enzymes which acts as biocatalysts, which fasten the rate of reaction. So first is mouth. Mouth has salivary glands which produces saliva, which has salivary amylase which convert starch into glucose. Then second is stomach, has gastric gland associated with it, then produces HCl plus mucus. So HCl is acidic because pepsin requires acidic medium to activate itself. Then it breaks down proteins into peptones. Then small intestine associated glands are liver, pancreas. Liver produces bile juice which is basic. Because of this trypsin activation, it requires basic medium. Because the food which is coming from stomach is acidic, so it requires basic medium. So the basic medium is provided by bile juice. Then pancreas secretes pancreatic juice which has enzymes trypsin and lipase also. Trypsin plus lipase. So lipase break down the fats. Then undigested food will be will be passed to the large intestine, where extra water will be absorbed. Then it is passed to rectum, where the storage of fecal matter takes place. Then after some times through anus it will be expelled out. So it is all about the digestive system. Now we will see the mechanism of digestive system. So mechanism has, first is ingestion. So food is injected through mouth. Then digestion. So digestion takes place into the alimentary canal. Then absorption. So absorption, food is absorbed in small intestine. Then assimilation. So assimilation means food is utilized, proper utilization of food. Then last is egestion. So egestion is the removal of undigested food through anus.